The only thing you should fear is fear itself. This quote was a quote taken from this book, The 50th Law, co-written with 50 Cent, the rapper, and the famous author Robert Greene. This entire book, The 50th Law, is an entire book about fear and how to control fear and how to understand fear at the root cause. I've just started reading it and I come to realize that every single trader should read this book. And here's how it goes. The human body or the human mind has been programmed for thousands of years to survive in the jungle through fear. So when you feel fear, the amygdala reacts and you move away from danger. So you run from danger, right? That is the programming that we have. We know this already as traders. But to read it again and see it in a different view really clarifies certain things. And so fear was originally created to protect us, to keep us out of danger, real danger, in the jungle, in nature. If there was a saber-toothed tiger, that is real danger, right? You will feel fear and you will get away and, move to safety so that you can survive. It's a survival mechanism. It's there to help you survive, basically. That is fear. And then what has happened over time is that modern society, this is what the book talks about, has been developed over time, okay? So society has become modern and the way we live has become modern, right? And so now we're not really living in the jungle, we're not living in nature anymore. So we still have that primal instinct of fear programmed, hardwired into us from thousands or 10,000 years ago, or however long you think humans have been around for. I don't know that. I can't tell you that, right? But the point is, in modern society, we're now operating on that same primal instinct, but instead, we are fearful of things that are not really dangerous. We have become fearful of what other people think of us. We have become fearful to express our emotions. We have become fearful to speak up. We have become fearful of the boogeyman. And so this book is empowering for everyday life and for trading. You have to understand that there are only ever two states of mind to be in, two frame of mind to be in, right? And this is important. One is fear. So you're always fearful and worried about your bills or your someone not loving you or your lover cheating on you or something not going your way or you're trading, okay? Or you might be fearful of losing your trade or fearful of being wrong or fearful of missing the trade. You see what I mean? And then the other one is to be grateful and present for what is happening in the moment, the facts, being real. Those are the only two sides of the coin. You're either fearful or you're in a state of gratitude. And you're being present and realistic without expectations of a future event that you cannot control. And it goes back to trading. It's the same in trading, right? You're either fearful and you're FOMOing and you're reacting to the market, okay? And you're rushing your trades or you can't hold your trades. You can't let them run, right? Because you're fearful of profits maybe or some kind of trauma that that you don't know if you need to fix. Or you're grateful that you know you have a strategy, you're grateful you have an edge, you know that you have your winning edge and your stats, you know that, you're grateful about that. and that you're grateful for your process and you stick to it, right? And you're just following your process. Those are the only two states of mind that you as a trader can be in. The most dangerous thing is fear. You need to fear fear. Fear of fear is the quote that I got from this book. Okay? You need to fear fear like the plague because it's crippling. It's going to make you make unrational decisions. You're going to lash out, you're going to react, you're going to do all kinds of things that aren't real, that you're reacting to a situation that is all made up in your mind. It's not really real, right? The real thing to do is to be present, grateful, logical, and precise and calm. That's the other one, right? And you can only be that state by deregulating your nervous system, because it's your nervous system that has been trained from thousands of years to react to fear. When you get jealous, you're reacting. When you get doubtful, because you're reacting because you're not sure of yourself, you fear being wrong. When you FOMO, that's fear of missing out. Do you see what I mean? And so for a long time, I was chasing strategies. I spent 10 years chasing one strategy after another, one indicator, EA, following some kind of mentor, some nonsense externally, and then not being in emotional control, not mastering the self, not understanding fear. Fear is a big thing. They brush over it, they make it seem like it's just nothing, but it's everything, right? Fear is crippling. Fear is the reason why you hesitate, why you cannot pull the trigger. Fear is the reason why you overtrade or you revenge trade, because you fear being wrong or you fear of being judged. Okay? Your ego is trying to fix. You see? Fear will make you do all crazy things. It's such a big thing, and I just want you to just like pay attention to it, right? And then the next thing you need to do is know how to fix it and overcome it and regulate yourself, right? And that's what I do with my students. We work on deregulating the negative emotions and fear and overcoming those emotions and patterns that are holding traders back. That's what we work on, you know. So if that resonates with you, check out the link in the description, right? But I really want you to be fearless this year, right? And you can start by just being present and detaching and having no expectations of the outcome, right? Okay? So if you take a trade, who cares what happens to the trade? Who cares if it's a win or a loss? You just stuck to your process. You should feel happy about that. Feel grateful about your process, right? Stay in that frame of mind, right? And move away from the fear, okay? Because also, here's the funny thing, right? Fear is also self-fulfilling, okay? So if you understand laws of attraction and manifestation and all that stuff, if you're always thinking negative and you're fearful of an outcome, you're amplifying it, you're giving it energy, and it's just going to come at you harder, come into you faster. So you have to completely forget about fear and all of your problems and shift your attention to what is working, to what is good, what is right. That's why people say, you know, like you see all the manifestation channels is, oh, be grateful, have a gratitude list. That's not nonsense. That is absolutely powerful stuff, right? That is the process. So you want to stay in that side of the coin. You don't want to stay in the fear side. You want to stay in the happy, abundant, and grateful side, and you know, following your daily processes and living out your routines. That's, if you can do that and that becomes your identity, your self, your new self image of someone that just wakes up and, you know, is grateful to be alive, is grateful to have eyes to see, ears to hear, a mouth to speak, a brain to think, you know? Just grateful for another day, you know? And grateful that you chose to be a trader. This is, you know, like it doesn't have to be hard. Also, that's the other thing, right? So I want you to be brave. I want you to be fearless this year. That's how you're going to be dangerous. Okay? So check out the links if this resonates with you. If you're new to my channel, go ahead, like, subscribe, drop your comments below. Let me know what you're dealing with, what you're going through. I read all the comments. And until the next video, you're on your own. Take care now. Goodbye.